The Fiery Youth. Chapter 4. A Silent War for Two. Inside Tianqing Hai's gym, the pounding of basketballs echoed like heavy drumbeats, hammering at everyone's nerves. Alai was soaked in sweat, brows furrowed, chest heaving. He had just finished a round of sprint drills when Ziyu's cold voice came from the sidelines. Your positioning is throwing off the entire offensive rhythm. Alai turned to glare at him, his eyes sharp like blades. What the hell do you know? Their gazes clashed, sparks flying. Ever since the coach paired them up for training, Alai and Ziyu had been butting heads nearly every day. Sometimes over tactics, sometimes just because of a tone of voice. The coach had hoped that these two polar opposites would find common ground through basketball. But instead of building chemistry, joint training only deepened their friction. Ziyu was a perfectionist, always demanding precision, exact stats, and no mistakes. Alai relied on instinct and feel, and hated being nitpicked. He couldn't stand Ziyu's sarcasm, and Ziyu was fed up with Alai's recklessness. Outwardly calm, the court had become a battleground for their silent war. That evening, the two were kept behind for night study to prepare a strategy report for the upcoming interschool game. The elite senior class classroom was brightly lit, but strangely cold. Only a few students remained, heads down in quiet focus. Alai and Ziyu sat in the last row, side by side, backs turned to the world. Alai leaned back in his chair, earphones dangling around his neck, sneakers kicking the desk leg. He held a pen, but hadn't written a word. Ziyu sat upright, the sound of his highlighter swishing in steady rhythm. Finally, he broke the silence. I'll finish the report. Your handwriting probably can't be read anyway. Alai narrowed his eyes, voice like ice. You're scared of losing to me, huh? Ziyu didn't look at him. I'm not scared of you. I'm scared we'll lose the game because of you. The words pierced Alai's pride like a needle. He slammed his pen on the desk and stood up, sneering. You think guys like me only drag you down, don't you? Ziyu finally looked up, voice flat but firm. Isn't that what you believe, too? If you really want to win, then learn to be a team player instead of showing off all the time. Team player. Alai scoffed. You call that teamwork? All you do is boss me around and expect me to obey. Ziyu went silent for a moment, then said, Then tell me, what do you want? Run your own plays and drag the whole team down with you. At least I'm not hiding behind textbooks pretending to be perfect. Alai snapped. You're just a goody two-shoes in a polished shell. Everyone can see the mess you're hiding. Ziyu's hand trembled. His highlighter slipped and hit the desk with a sharp clack. For a moment, time seemed to freeze. Their anger, compressed like a shaken soda can, was about to explode. Just then, the classroom lights flickered and went out. Power outage? Someone whispered. A few students turned on their phone flashlights and began chatting nervously. In the dark, Alai and Ziyu were unusually quiet. Perfect timing, huh? Right in the middle of a fight. Alai muttered with a cold chuckle. Ziyu picked up his highlighter and stood. Let's go. See if the utilities office sent someone to fix it. They walked out shoulder to shoulder. The stairwell was dark and echoing with the sound of their footsteps. As they passed the office, Alai suddenly stopped. Hey, he said in a low voice. That thing you said earlier, I heard you. Ziyu turned to him, face unreadable in the shadows. Which thing? You said I think I'm dragging everyone down. You're not wrong, Alai admitted, his tone softer than usual. But I'm trying to change that. Ziyu didn't answer. He just looked at him quietly. My dad just wants me to take over the company. Says I shouldn't dream. But basketball's the only thing I've ever felt like I could win at on my own. His voice was light in the hallway air, but the weight of it hit Ziyu hard. After a long silence, Ziyu finally replied. My mom passed away when I was in 8th grade. Since then, my dad expects me to be top 3 in every mock exam. No room for error. To him, I'm only worth something if I succeed. Alai blinked, caught off guard. He'd never imagined that the always perfect Ziyu had wounds of his own. How do you deal with that? He asked. Ziyu looked toward a half-open window at the end of the hall. Every morning, I tell myself, just make it through one more day. They stood in silence. Then, like a truce forged in the quiet, Alai gently patted Ziyu on the shoulder. I'll follow instructions at practice tomorrow. But don't act like some AI coach trying to kill us. Ziyu chuckled lightly. As long as you're not spacing out, I won't push you that hard. In the dark hallway, their silhouettes no longer faced off, but moved forward side by side. 15 minutes later, the classroom lights came back on. Students returned to their seats. At the last row, 2 reports lay quietly on the desk. One was Ziyu's clear, structured strategic analysis. The other was Alai's messy handwriting, but full of creative plays. The math teacher looked over both and smiled faintly. Those two finally started talking.